Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. So, if you weren't here last time, we had started working on the copper sheet factory and realized that we weren't bringing in any ore. That was mostly my fault, partially your guys' fault as well. Just kidding. No, that was all my fault. I completely forgot about the actual ore needs to be coming in. And was like, oh, this factory is not going to produce anything. So, what we did was we came over here, and we built this really long bridge, which is going to come over here and go into the back side of our water collection facility. That was always the plan. It's going to make its way all the way along the map here, take a little turn, and right into the back of that right there. It'll just kind of follow that path. So yeah, that was one of the things that we needed to get done eventually, but since we were going to do it anyway, and I needed a way of doing the rail to collect these nodes over here. These nodes, yep, there we go. So yeah, these nodes around this little lake right here, all three of those are pure copper nodes, so we're going to be collecting on them today. We're going to build a a collection facility, essentially, a mine to collect those copper nodes. But yeah, this bridge eventually will continue, but it just ends right there. And then we built this spiral to end up over there, because, well, the main issue we were having was from such a low spot, we weren't able to make a decent enough intersection to go up into this area. Going this way, this is where the copper is at, and I kind of just went, okay, well, we're done here. We need to find another way. Also, I forgot this. Did not realize it. Let's go ahead and put that in place. Made those into a little blueprint so that I could just place them along really long bridges like this. Yeah, see, I didn't do this side. I didn't do this side either. And that side's fine because there's a mount there, so it doesn't need to be. But yeah, some of those I did forget. Nah, well. But yeah, so today's plan is to continue this rail line that goes around this spiral. Continue this rail line over to that copper. Get a 5-car train station set up to mine the copper, or to collect the copper. Then we need to connect up the belts to the train station from the copper nodes. Get them all going, because they're all piers, so they're all going to need Mark V belts in order to run efficiently. And then once that's connected and done, then get it finished, connect up to the rail line, anything else we want to finish up there. And then get it sending copper ore over to the copper sheet factory, and then try to finish the copper sheet factory. We may not get it completely finished today, but I would like to get close at least. And then Friday we can go ahead and finish it up. Also, one other thing I'd like to mention, I'm going to offer my apologies once again for the episode that went out extremely early this morning. I know it's going to go out extremely early. It was supposed to be for yesterday, but I was busy yesterday and wasn't able to get recording. I was really exhausted, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna record. I'll just have to put it off. So then I ended up putting it off, and now I'm kicking myself in the teeth for that one, because I'm like having to do even more recording, unfortunately, which or I say unfortunately, I mean like do more recording as in I'm kind of exhausted, so yeah, like I exhaust myself more by putting stuff off. So again, my fault, but that's okay, we can continue on from here. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started here. So yeah, we're just going to bring our rail line a little bit further along, I think, in continuing from here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten it out. Might build one of these bridges from down there up here. That might be the better way to go. Okay. But yeah, pretty happy with this. It did take us a few tries to try and figure out a way to get this rail line up here, but yeah, this spiral was definitely the best way we could have hoped for, and whatnot. So yeah. So we'll go to blueprints. We'll go to bridges. The heck? Why did that do that there? Save. Those need to be next to each other, game, because they're related. So hit the H key, move it back one. Again, hit the H key, move it back two. Okay. Grab this. Vertical downwards. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a little exhausted. Look, it's been a day, or it's been a couple of days. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. That's right though. It's right though. We can do it. Thought that rock was blow upable. I guess not. And then we could put in our blueprints. Save that. Take that off of blueprint mode, and we can go ahead and put these in place. They're necessary. They're load-bearing signs. They help the bridge stay attached. See, if I didn't put these signs here, this bridge would collapse in the middle. So I gotta put those signs they're very essential. Couldn't even do it with a straight face. Absolutely not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're going to. Oh yeah. So we're gonna do this here. I might have to slightly adjust those rail lines, because this might be, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought would happen. That's okay. We can easily fixed. Actually, go to the middle. Go to the middle there. So yeah, what we do is we're gonna bring it right to the edge. And yeah, it's not going to be any further off than that. So it'll be slightly off, but not too much. Just as long as we get it close enough to the edge. Yeah, these weren't in there perfectly, which would have thrown off the bridge rail, made it wiggle. We don't want wiggle in our bridges. I mean, you want a little bit of wiggle, but it's got to be a little bit. And that's not a joke either. Bridges do have. If you ever, I wouldn't recommend ever doing this, but if you ever find yourself on a bridge on the interstate, like a longer bridge, not just one of those tiny little short ones that are just coverts, but. Well, I guess you might feel them there too, but on one of those overpass bridges especially, if you ever find yourself on one and a semi goes across it at 75, 80 mile an hour, that bridge, you will feel the flex of that bridge. even if it's made of concrete, asphalt, it doesn't matter. You will feel the flex of that bridge. There's a reason there's a little bump in between the bridge and the road, and that's because there's a little, what they call a flex joint. I don't know if they specifically call it that, but that's what we called it. There's a little flex joint in there, and basically especially semi trucks, when traffic goes over it, the bridge actually goes down slightly, when you go onto it, because if you didn't have that flex joint in there for the bridge to move, what would happen is that bridge eventually would start cracking, it cracking and chipping at the ends, and it might even start cracking the actual deck and cause the bridge to collapse. And especially if you're in an area where you've got where you're, one of your weather types is earthquakes. Say weather types. If you ever get earthquakes in your area, the bridges are going to be especially like that, because allowing the bridge to move slightly keeps it from damaging itself rather than it being solid. Same thing with buildings too, and if you got a high earthquake area, there's going to be, the higher profile, the more expensive buildings, those things are going to have they're going to have the ability to slightly move so that they, the average earthquake is not going to take it down. It's pretty cool technology. Just like you think it'd break more when it's moving, but no. Sorry, went off on a little bit of a tangent about bridges and buildings and earthquake areas. And again, you take some of that with a little bit of grain of salt. It's just what I've kind of learned over the years, but it's not exactly 100%. That's just one of those. It's definitely one of those things you kind of have to take it with a bit of grain of salt. So the if the information is slightly wrong, it's like it's not that big of a deal. Okay. We're probably going to need to bring power up here somehow. Well, I guess. I'm thinking, should we leave the train station this tall? I think we probably should. Oops. What is it? So it's 5, and then. There we go. Hi. I didn't have my jetpack on. Had my hover pack on. Also had fuel as well. That's gonna that thing is gonna come back to bite me in the butt. Be like, I'm almost out of fuel, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, man, I really should have got fuel when I thought about it. I could right now, but it'd be funny here if I run out of fuel. I'm almost out of snowballs. Oops, I'll just take 100. And no, me being out of snowballs is not an invitation. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. It's one of those. So it's one of those. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. What I just said. So, okay. You know what we could do? Say to hell with this this concrete. And I'm thinking of replacing this with those frame foundations. I think that would be a lot better. Okay, well, all right. Yeah, let me get the train station up and going, and then we'll work on the belt work here. Alrighty, I think that ought to do. Went ahead and got rid of the uranium over here as well. There was quite a bit of it on this little stone right here. I think there's a Mercer sphere right here on top of this on top of this rock next to this lake, and it's got a bunch of uranium around it. So went ahead and got rid of that real quick. No big deal. And then I guess we should do transport real quick. Because we can, as soon as I get this ready to go, I'm going to send a train out. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll put a signal here, roughly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. There's a 5-car train. Hey, we could just leave it. It's fine. That'll work there. Okay. So yeah, let me get a train ready. Oops. Let's go onto the map. I need to... Copper ore train 2. Copper ore. Huh. Weird. I don't know why. I did that for some reason, but now I can't remember. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set those to, those are set to load. I hope I set the other ones to unload. I'm just gonna get this train running right now. Copper ore train 2. This will be copper ore train 1 then. It's fine. Alright, so edit the timetable. So copper mine 1. Let the autosave hit. There we go. Then copper sheets import. Save changes. Turn on self-driving. Okay. We need to go over here real quick to see if we're gonna end up running out of juice. Let's swap over to the hover pack. So yeah. Our copper sheet factory should be just over this ridge. Yeah, this was the spot where we were having issues yesterday. Trying to get to the work. I should probably get rid of this right now. That'll work. But yeah, we needed to put a junction here in order for it to work, and that just was not working, unfortunately, so... But yeah, we need to check to make sure these are all set to... See, these are set... I swapped them around last time I was here. 3, 4, 5... And set these to unload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, I should probably also check my power too. How's my power? Not bad. Not bad. You can see our power is boosted by about 12,000. I think there's a fuel plant turning on and off for a couple of them or something. I mean, we don't exactly have all the ore needed anyway. Yeah, there's that train. Now we can go ahead and head back up here. Just doing the spammy spam on the jetpack to try and save some, try to get as much height as possible. Not really save fuel, but yeah, it's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the legs on this. We should probably put the legs on it before we get the belts ran. That way I know where all the stuff is. Let's go ahead and zoop that across. Zoop it across here. You know, I had a thought too. Like it was like I think 3 or 4 days ago, something like that. I had this thought that'd be, it'd be really cool, but I've already kind of screwed myself over from being able to do that. Is a factory that makes ore. Basically, you bring all of your, except for the aluminum. The aluminum factory is a little bit different, but I guess it wouldn't technically be different, but it would. We would have to ship the ore out. I guess it's kind of that one's kind of nifty one, but basically all ore would be processed at this one facility. So you bring in ore, like your iron ore, your copper ore, your coal, your bauxite. You bring in your limestone as well, just to make concrete. And then you have this massive, massive structure that just all it does is you deal with the raw resources, and then it sends the ingots out to all the different factories that it needs. It'd be an insane factory. It'd be really cool. But for one, I've already kind of screwed myself out of doing something like that. And for two, let's do concrete footers, I think. And for two, doing something like that would be incredibly laggy. Especially the way I'm playing, the way I'm building. The way I'm building just would not play nice. My game would be, or at least in that area, would definitely be really laggy. Alright, so what do you reckon? Like 3? 1, 2, 3, 1. 1. Stupid lake. And then 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, perfect. I've done a few of these, so I can take a guess, roughly, on how big we want it. There's the autosave. It's like, yeah, we'll do concrete footers. Then 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this one's going to have to be either a double or we have to spread them out, but we'll do a double. It's fine. 2, 3, 1. Oh wait, I don't have to count them anymore. Forgot. Because I'm going to pull these across. Kind of like support beams. Runners. Whatever you want to call them. Drag these across. That'll tell us exactly where to put stuff, so. There. That works there. It does touch the ground a little bit. Ow. Like an idiot. Wait, did I screw? I did screw that up. Hold on. Yep, sure did. My bad. It happens. When you're not paying attention, something like that will happen. There we go. And then we fix it. Okay, then we just get all of our legs done for this. Alrighty, so now we have the, I did a little bit of the belt work just kind of off top here, just real quick, like I was kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. But yeah, went ahead and got all the legs in place, got all the supports, so that way we're, you know, nice and set up, looking like we're supported, of course, for all of our platform here, so we're not just floating, of course. You guys know me, I can't stand floating platforms. Unless it's temporary. If it's temporary, I am 100% okay with it, just as long as you fix the damn thing. But if you don't fix it, I'm going to fix it for you. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll ask to fix it for you, and if you don't want to fix it, then I'll just leave it alone. But, yeah, I am not a fan of floating platforms, I'll tell you. Okay. But yeah, we'll throw in a couple of miners here. Obviously, we're going to fully overclock these, so it's 600 on that end. Unfortunately, we can't turn these to actually line up with the... You almost got shot there. To line up with the platform. This one, actually, these are more lined up than the other side. Okay. Not perfect. The platform needed to be kinked slightly in order to match, but I'm not too fussed about it. They're gonna piss me off. Okay, it's like any more want to be in my way. Alright. Okay, so this actually has to head back here because we're going to put them both that way. So then we'll bring them like that. It's like, yeah, and what we can do... So we can bring them in the middle of this. But it needs to go that way. Oh, that one's gonna... Okay. So bring it to... there. Then bring it to there. Getting these supports where they need to be is kind of difficult, actually. Okay. So we might bring that down like directly there and then build from here to there. That could work. Where's the closest point? So the closest point is like right on the edge. So if we go like maybe here, that might work. Well, what I was thinking was I could like... You could also do it like that. We don't have to bring it down to the bottom. If it's close enough to line up, it'll line up. Or it'll not be too bad. Actually, yeah, and the ore will sneak right on in there. It'll be a little bit sneaky ore. Okay. We won't have to support those. Yeah, hopefully 1.1 definitely does fix the performance drop in coloring or in painting belts, because that performance drop is insane. It is so insane that they mentioned it in one of the things that's coming to 1.1. So they even showed it off. It's just like, yeah, that's pretty bad. I wasn't going to put a supports, but then I decided that, you know what, actually I'm going to put supports. Using these steel supports. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then this one is going to aim at this one here. So if I put this, like, I don't know, here. Grab that. Will that line up roughly? I mean, it will, but it'll look weird. Okay. So we move it there instead. And we do something similar like what we did with the other one. Actually, do it like this. Okay, we'll put it back. I was just like, you know what, let's just put it back. Just make sure it's at the right height as well. Because sometimes they will, like, go down slightly for no reason. I've had it happen. Okay. We'll do the little architecture dealio. Go from back here. I was going to start painting the belt, but then I realized, oh, whoops. You know what I mean? Oh, whoopsie. Actually haven't even put the belt down. Good enough there. And of course, we'll paint these. There we go. Alright. So I think we should probably get these going at least, so we can get. We'll build the last one in a minute. So if we want that, we're going to have power, and if we want power, we're going to have to pull it from the train station, and if we want to pull it from the train station, we'll have to put that right there, and if we put that right there, we're going to have to then pull from make these Mark 2, by the way. There we go. And we'll go 1, 2, then 1, 2. And we just boop. 1, 2. Oh, did I not I don't think I overclocked these again. Okay. Probably do that to this one as well. There we go. And it's mostly in the middle here, so we'll just put it here. call that close enough. Okay, and then what little bit of ore is in here the train's gonna take. Yeah, it's gonna load like 3 stacks. All this train for 3 stacks of copper ore. That's hilarious. Alright. And off she goes. Goodbye. But yeah, there goes those. So now we just got to get this one here over to here. We'll probably go inside there, inside that support, and probably come out like right along the middle of this, something like that. We'll see. But yeah, well, let me get that done real quick, and then that'll be that for this. Alrighty. So now that we've got that connected up, got the belt going and all that stuff, as this train station continues to get more and more full, and I continue to use my fuel even though I don't need to, then hopefully that's going to completely... my freaking thing keeps getting caught. My cord keeps getting caught on the table. But yeah, it'll continue to fill this up. This is going to get more full than anything else, which is good. So it's just because these two are filling in half, they're over half, and this one's just adding in. So what's being subtracted here, because there's one less belt, is being re-added back into here. So that kind of works for the most part anyway. Yeah, so that copper mine is going to get full. Yeah, I do have some blips. Look at that. Yeah, I've got some fuel, some, what do you call those? I've got some fuel generators that aren't working all the time. It's just how it is. But you know, we've got the boosters, so we are in no trouble there, and yeah, not hurting on anything. So very nice. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ride this train back to base. Back to yeah, it looks like we're still only loading these 2 cars. This car is going to be completely full, this front one, though. Because that'll just be nice. You know what I would say as well, if I could, is like the train stations after everything else I've said. But yeah, the train station can definitely use more lights. Yeah, I could add lights to them, but I think the train station itself could use some more lights. But that's okay. Maybe even the train too, like the sides of the train could definitely use more lights too. Just more lights all around. But yeah, we'll go ahead and head down the spiral. So far, only one train's ever going to use this rail line right here, because we're not doing a shortcut. We don't need a shortcut. It's not that bad. But yeah, we can. We're going to take a right here, continue on, go around this little rock. If I built it up higher, I wouldn't have to go around it, but whatever. Then we're going to take a right here, and we're going to take another right at this bridge. And then we're just going to follow this little rail line. So yeah, we just got to do a little loop around backwards. Yeah, and then we're going to go left up here, of course. And we should be unloading our copper ore. You know what I should do so the train doesn't stop in there? I think I should put... Let's move this. Oh, I did path signal that. Oh! It's this one. There we go. So now when the train paths this, and it's going into this area, it will path that one. Wait, what happened here? Signal has missing connections. Oh. Interesting. Oh, of course. Of course. I completely forgot that I disconnected these. That's okay, whatever. We'll continue that rail line later. But then it can go ahead and offload all of its ore. I need to get all of the ore going into those two belts as well. Yeah, definitely need to do that. I didn't do this very nicely, did I? I did not do this as correct as I could have, because the train line's going, or the way the belts are going to go to connect all this is going the wrong way. That's okay. It's not amazingly easy to fix, but it is easy enough. Yeah, we just run it right back around, essentially. A little unfortunate that I did that. Yeah, that's the way it is, though. Yep. Okay. Yep, just going to lag. Alrighty. Do this top belt. And that'll be the copper ore completely taken care of. That freaking... Man. That freaking frame drop every time I go to paint a belt is just insane. And even in the beginning versions of the game, you've noticed it as well. It's not like a... It's not a thing that just pops up after like 1,000 hours. It's just that laggy. Which is okay. Got plenty of room here anyway. Okay. Yeah, and that'll keep the copper ore flowing into this one train station. Alright, not that it really matters all that much because, well, I think these are all full. Yeah, these have all made they've all made their copper ingots, which is good. Alright, so now I just got to finish this project by doing this. But yeah, so you see the clock we're going with, which is 2 and roughly a quarter, or a third, roughly. 50 per minute, and then inside here we've got our copper sheets, which I have not set, and we are going to be adding that into the mix. Make sure I don't run out of these or these, just so that we can make 50. So it's 1-to-1 with this ratio by adding this summer sloop multiplier in there, and then we got to merge them all and then connect it in the train station. So we should hopefully have that done today, to be honest, and then Friday we can go ahead and start planning for the next one. So yeah, let me get that done real quick, and then we'll we'll have our copper sheets going. Alrighty, and that's the entire factory completed. We've got our belt lines down here. We've got these belt lines here. I haven't hooked it up yet. We'll do that in just a moment. But now, if we go up here with our autosave, we'll wait for the autosave to finish. And there it goes. Okay. So now we have all of the copper sheets done. They're all being made on these two belts here. That's because the reason we need two belts is because we have 25 of them, and 15 of them times we're making 50 at 50 per machine. That's 750. Our belts are 780, and of course we got the 10 times 50, which is another 500. And we take 750 plus 500, and that gives us 1,250. Did I accidentally put too many down? I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. Whoops. Alright, and then 50 times 25 is 1,250. 600 plus 600, that's... Yeah, we're bringing in 600 plus 900. 15. We're bringing in 1,500 from that node because it's 3 peer nodes, which are going to be 300 each, 300 times 3, 900, or 300 times, or sorry, 600. 600 times 3, I'm getting tired, is 1,800. So we're using 15. I accidentally made 1,250. That was a whoopsie by me. So now I need to go to the map. Go to this marker. 1,000. I'm not changing it. 1,250 per minute. That was my bad. This train is still not full yet. This train has been making the rounds and still not full yet. But yeah, that's the copper sheet factory completed. All we got to do is hook up these two belts. Let's do it because we are at the end of our episode. So we definitely need to get those going. Alrighty. And off they go. Yep, definitely. They are going. And that power surge, I bet, is insane. Let's look at our power. I bet our power surge is crazy. Yep, look at that. Look, we were down here, now we're up here. Highest maybe 19,000, and then we went up to 20,000 for those to be running. But yep, we are filling the entire factory with all of our copper sheets. Oh, the other thing I did forget to do. Dang it, I completely forgot about that. Organization, dimensional depot. There we go. And now we're uploading as well. Completely forgot about that, by the way. But hey, you know what? We got our copper sheets being uploaded, so that is good. And there's a copper sheets done. That opens, doing this factory does open the door for so many more factories. So now that this is done, next time we are going to, it'll be Friday, but we're going to see about making plans for the quartz factory, for the quartz crystal and the silica factory, getting that done, and that factory is just over here. But yeah, this factory, I'm going to say this factory is done. We'll do the finishing touches on it another time, but yeah, we need to keep rolling with these factories, getting these factories done, so we can actually move into advanced aluminum production. We're not even close to that yet, but we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But yeah, this is our other factory, our quick wire factory over here. But our quartz crystal factory was supposed to be right here. So we're going to start making plans to get that factory done next time, to start working on it anyway. And then that'll be that. So anyway, like I said, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.